Here we are back at this beautiful island chain that we like to call Teasmania. And there's one area that we have just named for reasons I'm sure you will all know, Area 51. We'll come back to that later, but first of all, we're going to dive into a couple of comments on our build from last episode over here to help make it even better. First comment was from Kerber0353. I know I'm just a humble citizen, but may I suggest to our mayor, that's me, to buy the land the new farms got built on? Ah, yes, I completely forgot about that over here. This doesn't belong to us. Now that is going to take up one of our few remaining free tiles, but yeah, we need to buy that one. How many have we got left after that? So that's got 0 upkeep. We can have one. We've got one more after that, but yeah, we are definitely going to buy that one. There we go, to make things right. And then all the way around here where we added this new police station, we had a comment from AV8 YouTube. Please make a tunnel that connects the police station to the neighborhood on the other side of the highway. And this is a good learning point because this police station here, if it wants to access all the way around here, it's got to come all the way down the main road, all the way up to this highway, cross over, go all the way around. It is a long way round. So we could add a little tunnel or a little, is it going to be a tunnel? Yeah, let's try a tunnel that looks like this. There we go, nothing too complicated. I've just used an alley so local residents can use it as well, like we're seeing there, but it won't become a major cut through for everybody. Excellent. Now some suggestions for this amazing area that we built in our last episode. Plenty of lovely places to live, a great big park and area on the top. The first suggestion was from Back Out of Pocket. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically they're saying that it's a long way round to walk for people living here if they want to cross over to the other side. Now that is going to be a pretty easy fix, actually. If we pick a Holly Street here, turn that into an elevated piece, upgrade, and there we go, turn off that. That should do that in the spot in the middle. There we go. And now we should be able to just easily run a pedestrian path, asphalt pedestrian path around the back here. Let's just see if there's a good place. Oh, we don't want that raised. Good place just to do that straight across there. Excellent. So now people can walk through if they wish. Might just move that over a smidge. There we go. Very nice. And I've just picked the light. We're going to add plenty of lighting under here as well, so it's nice and safe when you're walking through at night. Excellent. Thank you for that suggestion. Back Out of Pocket also said about these residents in here, which at the moment, let's have a look. We have 694 residents, 84 dogs. To be able to get up to the top section, have to walk all the way down to here or there, and then come to the middle and then go up. So trying to think of a way that we can make that a little bit more pedestrian friendly. So if we get our, let's go into here, we've got a 1U pedestrian street. There we go. So it doesn't need to be quite as big as all of these. That hooks in at the top, and then if we bring that out at 90 degrees, let's see, how long was that? 78.3 meters. We could do that, and then we could just stop snapping all over the freaking place, please. I just want 180 degrees. Are you just going to give us 180 degrees? Thank you. And we can just curl that around into there, so they can walk up and get that way. We could do a similar thing over here. And in fact, this one's just going to go straight into the, straight into the road like that. How does that look as a connection? That's fine. They can walk up there. What about the back? I think this one's going to be harder to do because it's going to come over the top. Could we fit one in somewhere else? Thinking. I've got to be honest, I don't want to build one coming out here because it's going to block the view of these houses here and the same on the other side. So I think for the benefit of being right by this little pond here that we're going to be working on, just walking around the side and getting up the top there, I don't think that's too bad an ask. So yeah, there we go. Access for everybody to the park. Now this next one, I thought this was an amazing suggestion from James Grimbeard 6407. The large concrete walls of the new build look like a fantastic location for local artists to cover with murals. Look at this. We have got concrete walls all over the place. Why can't we turn a lot of this into a fantastic artistic region? So I'm going to concentrate on the areas where there are buildings and we've decorated. The areas we haven't touched yet, we will do those a bit later. Let's see what we can do. Well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but it turns out decals on key walls just don't seem to work. If we find out some reason why, we'll come back to that. I mean, they work everywhere else. Yeah, there you go. Look, you can see it through the building. You can see it on the side of this building. So, yeah, not sure what's going on there, but great idea. We'll see what we can do. So we started building a tram connection here. We've got these lines that we're going to build into a nice station, which we'll get to in a moment, to take you from all the houses in this area all the way over to the rest of Teasmania down there. And we had a problem. So we've got a stop over here where they can change from one line to the other. Yeah, that blue one is going to disappear right back where it came from. Now the yellow one's coming up. The red one's fine. That's going off into the city. But the yellow one's now come out, turn around, gone back, now a blue one. And thank you very much for all the comments that told me what the problem was here. If we have a look at our lines, if you remember, over here we've got Cable Car, which is a mod that I downloaded. And yes, it works off of the tram setup. So we go into line 2. I accidentally have a cable car on here. No, so we put a tram in there. Let's just wait a second for these blue ones to go in, disappear, freak out, not work. Oh, this one actually is a tram. And now it's going all the way over here to pick up. Well, there were people here, but they've probably given up waiting. It's been so long. But now people can get in and out of the city. But a comment we had related to that and this area over here, where this is where the two lines converge and they can switch from one to the other. That comment was from GamerBadger82. I don't think people will like changing and waiting in the industrial district after dark. Maybe find a more lively area further down. That's a good suggestion, but I think what we're going to do is turn this into a livelier area. I'm also going to move my recycling centre. So I would like, in this little spot here, some commercial buildings, access to this tram turnabout that we've got here, and this can be sort of a little tiny mini hub for this area. So my thoughts are with this area right here that we can have our tram coming in and out of here. We've also got access to this train line that heads in and out of the city, that loops around and goes to all sorts of different places, and we can have that for bringing people in as well. We are making some money. A few people are leaving. We need to build some more houses for people to live in, but we can get to that. That's fine. So to help us with that, I've actually downloaded Tygon's Rail Infrastructure Pack, which gives us all sorts of extra options for little mini yards and things, depending on crops and stuff, you know, oil we're working on. We've got a medium train depot square instead of the great big depot, which is normally, or depot, which is normally this one here. We've got a slightly smaller one there, but I like this one. It's got in and out on each end as well, which I think would be quite handy. And then we can add some tram access through here. What are these? These are quite long, far too long, far too big. Yeah, don't want to use any of those. And then we've got an electrified track as well, so you don't get the catenaries on the top. Which is good, and some bridges and a few extra little bits which we haven't unlocked yet because we haven't placed our depot. So where is this going to go to give us access to the train lines? Maybe that would be quite good. Down here, I'm just thinking I don't want to buy any more squares, so maybe at some point in the future this will be changed, but I think for now we're going to do this. So let's just bring that over. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's just bring that over to there. 180 degrees, please. Click. Thank you. 180 degrees, please. And then I'm going to build off of here. Ooh, I'd like to get it closer if we can. How's that? We've got Anarchy on, but it's not letting me place it there. Let's take a smaller. That is about as close as we can get. Okay, let's do that then. And then I'm hoping, thank you very much, that will nicely fit into there. No, but with a bit of Move It mod, we might be able to do something here. Let's grab that and that and see. Oh, I can see that's a bit raised as well. That wasn't actually going to cut through there, but let's see how close we can get before we mess things up. I think right up to the end is okay. Excellent. Let's pick a pick of that. Set that to ground mode as well. There we go. Let's try that again. No, it's not going to do it. Pants. I don't know what actually we could. Let's go all the way back here. This line actually isn't going to stay there, so it is going to fit in. Let's just take that out because we want them to access these lines here. And then this Yeah, I think we'll leave that as a flat road. Let's just pick a pick of this and upgrade and set this to ground level as well. There we go. So these lines could go over the top here, and we've given ourselves plenty of room to do that. Let's just move that back a little bit further. There we go. And I know we're blocking the access out the back, but like I say, we're just going to use the land we've got available to us at the moment. And later on, this might move to over here somewhere. So I'm not going to be overly concerned about that for now. Let us take, oh, we can see some of the extra options we get there, which is very good, very good. Let's go for the non-electrified double train track. What are these we've got in here? These all actually look like single train tracks, don't they? So let's just take one of those. So if I run that straight across there, overlapping items, can that not go through the road as normal? What is the reason that can't go through there? Whereas a normal train line, which is down the end here somewhere, here it is, could go through. That is not going through either. Oh man, oh, is it because of this? I think that's because of that, isn't it? Let's just try that again. I was thinking, what have I done now? Things just don't seem to work. No, it is still overlapping. I don't know what's going on. For some reason, I need Anarchy to place that on there. I'm just going to whatever. I've just so many different odd, weird things coming up with the game recently. We're just going to go with the flow. So we're going to have that one coming in there. And then I might just connect another couple of these up as well. Yeah, let's go with something like that. That's fine. So we've got our depot there, but then obviously we're going to want to give them access to wherever we put our train station over here, which is the other thing we want to look at. So small, non-electrified train station. Then we've got a medium train station, which is looking nice, but a little bit bigger. That is probably just going to be too big for what we want. And then these are all the depots. Train cargo terminal, non-electrified. I think that is it for our stations. Can we, oh, that's cargo. Can we use like our normal train stations like this? If we get our snapping on, could we use something like that if we add a road up here? I'm just thinking. That looks like a nice one, doesn't it? Could use something like that. We could get that to snap into here. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's do a bit of picker. Okay, I'm liking the way this is getting super busy. So down here, yeah, this double line could be good. So that gives us a nice bit of waiting space for any other trains that want to come in and out of here. And let's have a look at this asset and check it out. What have we got? Yeah, we've got a nice access there. It looks like we've got a few shops, some ATMs, that sort of thing, and some places that we can put some graffiti. I'm sure it will work on the asset. That is good. And then down here with our tram, I'm thinking we're going to bring it in and sort of make it into a nice shape, just to keep things interesting. So let's see what we can come up with. So obviously that's only going to work for trams coming from that direction. It's actually this tram coming from this direction that we want in there. So maybe we do need to go for these to, oh no, not that way, to double these up. So let's do that. There we go. And then obviously we'd need another little connection here. I don't know whether I'm overcomplicating this, to be honest, with what I'm doing, but it's a little bit of fun. So why not? So if we do that, and then we do this, we'll just see how that looks. Yeah, I like that. I like the way that sort of filled up the space. Maybe we can... just wondering whether I'm taking up all the space that I need to use now to be placing buildings and things on here. We do have this access down the side here. Yeah, I'm going to change this. One sec. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I want to bring it in that way. I'm just wanting to check out where my lines go. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's turn that on. That's why I couldn't see it. So maybe if we go back to here now. Yeah, so this one is going up and turning round. But instead, they'll be able to go in there and turn around. So if I delete this connection here, there we go. And then we can delete that off of there. Yeah, everybody should be happy. Let's just go back in and check. Yeah, so they're doing like a little reverse turnaround thing up there. That's fine. And what I'm actually going to do is bring them in to stop there as well. There we go. So they can stop their reverse, go back. They can stop their reverse and go back. That actually works quite well. So they won't go all the way round. I think I'm happy with that. And then we've got access to build off of here as well for any sort of shops and things that we need, which was the whole point. And they can easily cross over to get into there. So let's have a look at what sort of shops and things we might want to build in here. Right, let's work out what we're doing here. So we want some sort of access that goes through. I was thinking a 1U pedestrian street would probably work really well. Let's just turn off that annoying snapping. Yeah, we do, I want that straight. Let's go straight out here and then curve that around to almost where the stop is. Yeah, that's good. And then we're going to want some parks and things around here as well. So we could do a little bit of work with something like that to make that look nice. And then we want some shops along here, and we could even, I'm now wondering whether we could just extend that along here for some shops or actually keep the shops along the front. So let's have a bit of a building time lapse and see what we can come up with for this area. Okay, I think this is a good basis to start with. Oh, that was just an autosave, quick sip of tea. So we want it to be a nice place people can come and visit. So they've got somewhere they can come and sit and drink while they're waiting. They've got a park, we've got a little children's playground, we've got places for cars to park as well. We need to do a little bit of detailing and stuff around here. We will get to that. And then we've got some shops down here as well, just so there's somewhere to buy some food, something to eat and drink before you head on over into our little transport hub. And then we've got access over here to the trains as well. I did at one point put a bridge over this road, then realised it ain't gonna be that busy. You can just sort of cross over here. Oh, what have we got going on there? Let's try not to worry too much about that. We can cross over there and get into our train station, so that is fine. We don't have any outside connections yet. That is going to be something we're going to work on. Let's just see what's going to happen here. Oh, they do go round. Okay, what's this one going to do? They go backwards. Okay, that's fine. Maybe can we adjust that then? I bet we could. I bet what we could do is add another stop. So if we put a stop there and a stop here, we can see that they can walk on the line, so it's not too much of a problem. And just change things a little bit. Yeah, so that's the red one. I'm going to pop that one to there and that one to there. So this way they won't get in each other's way. And then it'll be interesting to see whether they go round or just back up, which is what they look like they're going to do. Let's see. Yeah, you're backing up. And the one coming from the other direction, which we haven't coloured yet, is going that way. Excellent. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's find this one here. We've got our lovely colour scheme that we set up in a previous episode. Let's grab that. And there is only one on this line, so I want to paint it. Yeah, that isn't working, is it? We can just copy the whole colour set to paste later and then come into here. Yeah, we don't want that. Why is that not giving me any colour options? What? So this is a normal tram and it's got all the colour options, and this one is a CO tram. Ooh, and it's not giving me the colour options because it's a CO tram. That's fine. I don't think, if I remember correctly, it gave us the option because we've got tram, CO tram there, but on the other line, this is where our problem was, we've got tram and CO tram. Okay, we've done it. That's fine. Let's wait for it to swap out. Then we'll be able to recolour it. Oh, there it goes. And then we're going to paste this in to all of these. And there is only one on this line. There we go. Excellent. And that's going round this way to connect up to there. Brilliant. And that want to head back to the depot. Yep. There we go. Very good. That is exactly what we want to see. So why don't we add a train connection in? Let's just see where this is going. So at the minute, it can only go this way, and it can go under there as well. So we can have a connection to whatever's over there. Eventually, so this goes underneath and comes out here, and that's going off to other parts of the city. Okay, I'm not going to add a connection into that one. So if we head into our train menu, where is the thing? All the way down the end? Yeah, there we go. Cargo? Nope. Ah, passenger railway line tool. We need a train station. So placing this doesn't count. Darn it. So I'm going to actually have to place one of the in-game train stations to unlock it. Which is the cheapest? I think it's going to be this one. So I'm going to just plot that down anywhere. Yep, I know we don't own this area, but we're going to do that. And then hopefully, yeah, there we go. Passenger railway line. So let's plot that on there. And we want that all the way over to Holiday Shores. What a great name. Let's do that. So you can go in and out. We're then going to delete you. Yeah, thank you very much. And let's just look at this line. So our first train line coming in and out. Fantastic. So this is going to Holiday Shores, which I could spell correctly. Brilliant. We're going to change the default color. Now, what we're going to have a problem with, there goes the train. So that train's going to have to go all the way to Holiday Shores before it can get back. So we did need to connect these up. So let's just see what we can do here. If I grab that line there, what we could do, no, I want that to go straight, is something like this. For getting from one side to the up. That did not connect up. Let's try that again. For getting from one side to the other. If I do it without... yeah, it needs to go a little bit further so they can get around the corner. Very good. But then this needs a connection round to here. So again, we could just go. Look, they're sending out another one. They're like, we can't make it across to where we need to go. So what are we going to do? I want this just to turn around up here somewhere and connect across. I'll tell you what we don't need is that and that. Yes, that might make it a little bit easier. So if we go like this, there we go. Then that line can get into there, and we've got a nice bit of infrastructure. So let's just speed things up a bit and see. Once that train has disappeared, we should get another one popping out over here somewhere. I'm dragging that sentence out, waiting for somebody to come. Oh, it just came all the way back from outside, and it stopped in here. And let's see what we've got. Excellent. 8 people on there heading off to Holiday Shores, and we've got a choice. Ooh. Let's take a look at the line. Oh, wow. I had absolutely no idea it was going to add this many trains on here. Oh, what should we go for? What should we go for? What about the light rail 4-car units? Let's go for that. So this train's going to have to disappear. Back to the depot. No, it's going to drop its people off first. Let's give that one a go. And obviously we're non-electrified around here, so we don't... Oh, actually, no, I think we want the... Darn it, we probably want a diesel one, don't we? Because we're non-electric. Well, let's do this one here, which might have been the one we had on there before, but it's only a 2-car. Slightly smaller one, and I think that will serve us better. I don't think it makes any difference, here it comes, look, to how much it costs us or anything like that, but that to me seems much more fitting to what we're trying to do here in this area, and we can adjust that as time goes on. Here comes the old one back to the depot. Thank you for your service. Excellent. Okay, so we're getting connections set up here from this area to over here to the train outside to the rest of Teasmania, and also from there to over here as well. So I think we need to do a little bit of building and time-lapse decorating over here to make this look really nice. Look, oh my goodness, all the people coming in. Before we do that, I want to see where they're all going. Let's just watch this for a second. Well, it's like they're walking off into the city, which is fine. Yeah, you carry on and do that. Yeah, we're going to risk it for a biscuit. We're going to try and get a little pond in here. Oh man, why do I do this? Why do I do it? Okay, we popped it down a little bit like that. That was a little bit too hard. Let's just, I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to grab that and we're going to just sort of push this out into a bit of a maybe natural shape. Get some water in there. That will do. And then one of these water tools. So we've got stream, river, lake, automated. Don't use that one. It's normally the lake one. So right click to designate the water surface elevation. So I wouldn't grieve, that was loud. I want to go like right up to there. There we go. So that hasn't actually changed. Oh yeah, there we go. Right up to there. And then tool mode. What's this one do? That's for moving it up and down and stuff like that. So radius I'm going to make a little bit smaller. Well, that's the smallest we can go. So let's pop it in and let's see what happens. Hopefully that goes to the right height and that looks okay. If it isn't high enough, then what we can do is we can just use that to bring the elevation up a bit, I think. Just go like that. I mean, that has just worked out perfectly. Look at that. So we can do some nice decorating around here as well. Oh, lots of people enjoying this new area. Let's continue with the decoration. Hey, how about that? I'm liking it. So somewhere to eat, somewhere to drink, somewhere to sit down, somewhere to shop while you're waiting for your train, while you're making your connection from your tram into other parts of the city, somewhere to park. We've got almost everything covered, which is absolutely fantastic. How is our train line doing? There we go. So passengers 39, which is in here. So that is about to head out, which is good. Yep, excellent. So people are using that. I'm really liking the way this little bit of space has been used. I've taken away the parking spaces opposite where the playground is as well, just to make that a tiny bit safer for all of the children, and people are using the parking. Absolutely excellent. And while all of that is going on, we've got a little bit of a problem with our power as we get another autosave. These two are struggling. It really does depend on what's going on. I mean, they're both at 111% efficiency. How short are we? Actually, we can see up here, can't we? We're pretty short on our power. Yeah, we're getting into the orange over there. I'm just thinking that what we could do is on our services, we could just, oh, we're already up to 130%. Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to add another one in. Let's get to the correct menu. We'll be able to do that. So we're going to work our way up the hill here. We'll sort of face that in the same direction. By the way, I've changed the color of the rocks up here. I'll show you what I've done in a moment. You can let me know what you think about it. I'm still trying to sort of settle on a color, I think, that works. Okay, so what does that take us to? In the green by a reasonable amount. Okay, what I'm going to do is add these upgrades on here as well. I think we've got all three of the upgrades, apart from, what's that one there? Oh, electricity stored in massive batteries. Oh, we could do that as well, actually, couldn't we? Why don't we do that? Because that might just help our deficit a little bit. So let's spend a whole load of money on each of these things. Solar panels, the works. Then just check what we are. Yeah, we've gone up a bit there. So we could just drop down our taxes a teeny tiny bit. I'm keeping an eye on this up here. Make sure it's still green. 110. I think that should be fine. Yeah, nobody's complaining about that. Excellent. Okay, we'll do that. And then if we head into our water, yeah, I think we're trading for all of that, aren't we? Well, we'll keep that going for now. Very good. So yes, I use the mod up here. This one, Map Texture Replacer. And the overall theme I'm using is the Temperate Map theme, which is one you can download for PDX Mods, or I've got it in my playset that is available on my Discord, link below. But I've just changed the Cliff Diffuse color because the standard Temperate Map theme just seemed to be a bit, I don't know, green and dark. So I'm sort of trying some of these other ones just to see whether there's something that I like. You can let me know what you reckon. Let's try that one for the rest of the episode, see what it looks like. Yeah, there we go. We'll try that. Okay, we do have a bit of an issue down here as well, where they're struggling for ambulances and hearses. They've been waiting for a while for that. Let's check out Chi Towns. They've got no local services. I don't think we've actually got local services on anything. No, so they're just going to be drawing from our main pool. So let's have a look at, so these are ambulances. Okay. Are they actually going to head in here and care for these? So we know they're actually going around. They're over here, and then I think that's it, isn't it, for both? Oh, we've got that one up there as well. Okay, yeah, so that has already got way too many patients. That might be the issue. That one, no, that's fine. So that's got some more that it can dispatch. Okay, let's have a look at the, oh man, we've got some traffic. We'll come back and have a look at that in a moment. And then the crematorium, that's the medical clinic. Where's the crematorium? Ba-da-bum-ba-dum-bum, bonk. There it is, hidden at the back. How are you doing? So you're doing okay. All right, so people aren't dying, so that's good. So maybe they'll get to you very soon. It might be that they're stuck in traffic here, and that has been the problem. So again, we've had a load of taxis bringing in people for down here. You're all coming up down here, and you're all trying to turn right. Let's just see where this is all going. So if we actually pick this road here, and then we turn on the routes option, so some are going left, the majority are going down here, some are going down, going around the roundabout and back again, and then they're heading out into the city. I'm just wondering whether we could give them another access into the city, sort of down here somewhere, so they can get into this part without going all the way over there. And I'm looking at this roundabout here. Oh, darn it, they're on the other side of the road, aren't they? Pants. Well, we could add a little highway exit off of here. Let's just try that to start off with. So if we take that, we want to up that to 3 lanes. So let's do that first. Just maybe a little bit further back from that. Okay, let's do this first. I want the 3rd lane to come off there. So if we do that, maybe we'll add a little bit extra. Yep, there we go. We're not going to make it that. There we go. Not going to make it that steep. You're going to let me delete something. Thank you. Then we're going to grab that, and we're going to curve it around, and we're going to go like this on that lane there. Let's turn off all my snapping. Let me just see if I can. I mean, this is going to be like a big break when you come down here, isn't it? But okay, let's bring that into there. Yeah, and then I'm definitely thinking making that 2 lanes, that little bit. Yeah, so we can make use of extra lanes on the highway. So we'll see on the roundabout. So that'll be coming from that direction. How could we get... Well, actually, they can coming down this direction. I want them to connect up to here somewhere. Yeah, I'm just thinking, if we could branch off here, mirror that and join onto here, we could make that a double road. Then we get onto this road, then they can go underneath and they get access to over there. Let's just see what we can do. Ooh, I tell you what, I've been somebody I love to watch. Don't know whether you've ever seen this person on the old YouTubes, is Infrastructurist. Does fantastic builds with roads and infrastructure. Funny enough. Yeah, I want it like that. I just absolutely love the way that he'll thread roads and things through the smallest gaps all over the place, and it just makes it so much fun watching how he can make things fit in, and it just looks so realistic. This is going to be like a real tight... Yeah, I'm going to just redo this little bit. Let's take that back to there. I just love it. I just love the way that it looks. So this, I want this to sort of mirror around here, and then when it gets to here, this road is going to change. So let's take that. We're going to have that as a two-lane, two-way piece of highway. So that can sort of come out to there, something like that. Then we can take this lane, and this can continue back onto there like it did before. And this one can continue into there like that. So now we've got access to there. Excellent. And then all we need to do is connect these together. So we should be able to just bring that up. And then that's going to be a bit of a curve around, but that is certainly not unusual. And there we go. Look at that. So now coming from the other direction, they can come off there, come around here, join this, get on that roundabout, head down. Yep, head down here, head under the bridge, and then they're into here as well. Excellent. So that should lessen all of this traffic that's coming down here, which at the minute is a bit of a mess. I'm just wondering whether we can make some changes here just to help things along. We do not have traffic lights there. We've got traffic lights here. Maybe let's just swap things around a minute. I'm going to take the traffic lights off there. I'm going to put them on here. Advanced split phasing. We must have set that before. I'm not going to have allow turning on red. Let's just see how much of a difference that makes. And we've got a straight on lane so they can come through. Yeah, I think it's going to take a while to go down, but let's just keep an eye on it. This road here, everybody's turning right coming out of it because we want them to go around the roundabout and go back again rather than going left. I've just checked the lights and they didn't have advanced split phasing on. So I've just adjusted that and I'm going to do that as well to help them get out a little bit quicker with the two lanes. We'll have to set up the lanes again and I'm turning off that crossing there. Let's grab lane connector tool. Yeah. So what we're doing is we're not having that one go there. We're not having that one go there. We're having this one go out right twice. That one is not going across there. That one can come in. That one. Yeah, we'll do that as well. So we're getting dedicated lanes, bit of Hugo there as well to help things move a bit quicker. And like I said, we grab that. I put advanced split phasing on because what was happening was the lights were changing. These are coming out and going right, which means these ones could just keep on going, but they don't because of the way the vanilla lights work. So if we watch this again from down here, there we go. We've got those coming towards us. Yeah, it's still not doing it. They should go... Oh, we've accidentally added another set of traffic lights. Hang on, let's just remove those. There we go. Let's try that again. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work the way I want it to. So as they come out, that taxi's just pulled up to the light. Should just keep going. But it doesn't. I wonder if there's a way of forcing that. If I select these lights, allow turning on red. So even though it's not red, so these will go. Oh, now. Hang on, we might have done it. Everybody's going now, and nothing's stopping. Now that's weird. Now why have the lights done that? They're just not changing at all now. But everybody's got out a lot quicker. Oh, now they're changing. Now they're changing back. That's actually working a lot better. All right, well, we fixed those lights. That's fine. That's an interesting adjustment. And so because that's gone down, I'm just wondering whether that's... If we click on here, select junction, allow turning on red. We did actually turn that one off, didn't we? But just to sort of see whether it will keep these going more and stop stopping, which is what we want. And again, oh, for goodness sake, stop, go away. And again, I would like another lane for turning right up here. There just isn't enough lanes for who's coming in. So let us just adjust that. So if we upgrade that to 3 lanes, where's my snapping option? That's what I want. I want it to snap in the middle like that. Yeah, that's good. And then we are going to have to just tweak this a little bit because we don't want any straight on because, of course, they want to go straight on. They can go underneath the highway. So that is not going to be a straight on or a left. That one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. That's fine. They will go there. That goes there. I think that's okay. That's the same. That's a dedicated lane. That's a dedicated lane. Yeah, that should be good. Do I need to save that? I don't think I need to save that, do I? No, it's done. That's fine. Good. And then if we take this one, leave that on. Well, now it's on advanced split phasing, but actually that might be all we need. Oh, look, they've all got through already. That's good. A load of taxis turning right to go in there. I know why that is. All the car parking's filled. We just need more parking down here for these houses at the back. So I tell you what, as we're here and as we're looking at it, I was going to put some there, but we don't own that piece of land and I don't want to buy it. Could we squeeze in a little car park in here? Do we have some options? We'll go in there. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? We go into here. That is not what I'm looking for. I don't think I've actually unlocked parking areas. There we go. We'll grab those. There we go. Thank you very much. That is what I was looking for, the little P. I mean, these are tiny. We could add one of those in. Anything larger than that, and we're certainly running out of space. Well, let's do that anyway. And then that just adds a few spaces in, and we'll just shiftify that over a bit. There we go. I mean, we could have a very small parking lot at the end here. Yeah, that ain't going to work, is it? I was going to turn that around and have it facing towards the end of that road, but that won't like it. It's a shame I can't fit another one in there. I'm just wondering whether, let me just try something a second. Could I move that all the way to the back like that? There is, oh, yeah, there's not space underneath. So we'll go all the way to the back. Then we'll grab that one and bring that alongside here as well. So we're trying to maximize the space that we've got. Let's do that. And then could we take a tiny road out through there? I mean, the smallest we've got is this lane, isn't it? So if I bring, this is gonna freak out. Okay, all right. So if I go turn off the snapping and go like this, it made everything disappear. Is it literally just deleted that? No, it's just changed the height a bit. So we bring the height back. So that sort of works, and everybody's happy with the fact they can get into the car parks. The only problem is that bit there, which has been upgraded. So if we downgrade that to that, that's fine. And then what I'm going to do is add a little thing like that. And then we can, actually I can pick a pick of this one here and upgrade that little bit there. And we're literally going to get one parking space. Well, that ain't going to work, is it? Darn it. Let's just set this to this height again. There we go. Move some of these things out the way because they're not going to help with the parking. So we've actually gained, I think, more parking spaces by doing that. But we haven't got as many across here now, which is a real shame. It's because of that node. Oh, look. Well, look at that. That's the way to do it, isn't it? Node adjustments. Get more parking in. If I go back like that, oh, we get even more in. That's good. Let's just line that up a bit. Yeah. That is probably the most amount of parking we're going to get in here because there's no other room. I mean, even just looking at the width of it, even along here, I think we'll struggle. Let's just see if we can. I mean, we could, but then we can't get the parking the other side. And the only way to get rid of that is to put something on that will stop the zoning. So I think until we actually buy more tiles, that is going to be the most that we're going to do. We'll also save, and we'll have to sort of live with it and hope that's okay. Yeah, I mean, they're going to fill that up super quick. Yeah. All right. I mean, the other thing we could do as well is at the minute, they can't walk from in there to like the rest of the city. If we could add a way for them, well, they can here. It's all the way down the end here. If we could maybe add a way over the top. I mean, this is just a little bit nearer. Just maybe somewhere here. Let's just see what we can do. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit nearer than that one over there. It's still a humongously long path to take. and even these ones over here. I mean, I don't want to give these access over here into the back of this housing estate. That just doesn't seem like that would work for me. But overall, yeah, things are moving a lot better. Upgrading the roads, giving them more parking. We'll keep trying to sort of tweak things as we go. Let's have another quick look down here. Oh, it's all growing up nicely, isn't it? All growing up nicely. So those changes down here, I think, have helped as well. Are people taking off the new rows that we added on? This one down here. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. We just haven't seen any at the moment. But yeah, that's going to also help. There we go. Look, that little red car on the motorbike. Taking that one, which is good. And then this one down here. There's not many cars coming from this direction. But yeah, I'm sure that will help as well. Give people more options on where to go. That is always the thing. So another sort of thing that we're going to be working on. Just before I say about that. Decals can't go onto the side of whatever these are called, key walls, because they're part of like a road network. Networks is the word I was looking for. So whereas they will go on the side of assets and buildings and things like that, unfortunately, all of this concrete is going to remain as it is. There is no way of getting assets against there. I've placed them. I've used the transform tool. I've tried to move them up, move them around, but yeah, it doesn't work. And we've been in conversation with the modders as well to see, and unfortunately, it doesn't. So yeah. Before I get to the other thing, hopefully I won't forget, is we need to get some schools up here. Let's just look at our overall education. There we go. That's going to find you. If we're up for, so elementary school, we need elementary schools up here. So we've got eligible loads, not enough space, high school, and eventually we'll get a college. Now, a lot of that is going to come from what is at the minute called Hawthorne Bluff. We look at the residents, lots of children, lots of teens, adults, everybody's uneducated at the moment. So if we can add in here some nice elementary schools that would go. So we've got the ones that came with the MA pack, which is a lot of this stuff was from. And I'm just wondering whether there's a nice little spot along here where we could sort of squeeze it in. If I do that and then move it up here. Okay, turn off snapping. Would that fit in there? Does this have a load of upgrades and things? That is the other question. And that is going to be a long way for everybody to travel. I think that is just going to be a given. Wherever it goes, it's going to be a lot for people to travel. I think I'm actually going to take this little spot over here instead. Let's do that. Pop that in there. Everybody's happy. That's fine. They can travel. Are there upgrades for this? Yes. The community playground. I mean, we should be able to afford that. Oh, that is good. Yeah, we're definitely adding that in because that adds to the whole sort of park area. And then we've got extension wing if we need it. Let's just take a look. Oh, we've got it up here. So no, that's fine at the moment. Good. That fits in really well. We'll have a look at that in a sec. And then high school over here, we can't afford. Oh my goodness, we're losing money and we don't have much money. Okay, well, you know, we're not going to be getting any of that. I'm just going to maneuver this a little bit so it's not snapping weirdly. Do you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to move that all the way back like that. Yeah, I know, you're going to freak out. Don't freak out, you're fine, you're fine. We're going to add that along the front of the building, like so. And then we're going to bring that in there, but not there. And then this one is going to go up there. And then just to help you all turn around and leave again, we'll add, let's have a look. There we go, nice little roundabout. That'll be good. Yeah, that fits in there nicely. And then for parking, I feel like, let's pick a pick of that. If we continue that out here, don't want that to connect. Would that be okay there without connecting? Yep, that's fine. Let's just clear out a few of these trees. Yeah, and you, thank you. And then we can pop some parking up against here. Do we have a slightly larger one that will fit in? No, far too big. No. Okay, so it's literally going to be this, or we can upgrade it with that again, which will do parking both sides. I mean, we could do that. I think that works okay. And then we have got this big area up here where we could have put some parking in as well. I think we'll just go with this. We'll leave that as it is. We'll take our manipulation tool, Control H that to that. There we go. And then we can just maneuver some of those out the way. Yeah, and I think that fits in really well. How you doing? You filling up? Yeah, you're doing all right. So we need to earn some money and save up for a school, but that definitely helps over here. A little bit of traffic. People are going to freak out a bit. They can walk alongside the alley, which is good. And of course, if they want to get from over here, yeah, there's plenty of ways to get around. So not going to complain about that. We've still got the flipping waiting for a hearse thing going on. Okay, what are you doing? You don't seem... Oh, you've sent out loads of people. We need another hearse. That's what the problem is. We probably can't afford another hearse. What is our tax rates on the old death care? 90. Let's pop that up to 100. Oh, we're making money. How are we making money from that? And then also garbage management, something I don't really want to have too low because later on that can cause us more issues. So we'll do that, and I'm sure that will be taken care of. What? A thing? What is the thing? What is going on here? What is this? Oh, my giddy aunt. They're back. They're back. Oh, no. So we've gone from all of these little tiny rocks that we've been collecting to some huge, big, floating... Well, it's floating now. I'll put it up in the air. Well, this rock needs to come across to the designated place. Not over here. Stop auto-saving. We're in dire straits. Okay, over here. Area 51. This is where our alien rock park is going to be. And this is the first rock. We are going to pop that one. Hang on. We're going to pop this one right here in the water. And we're also going to rescue all these other rocks. Where are they that we popped over here? So let's grab... Oh, we've got to be careful. Let's turn all of those off. And we'll go for plants. No. Whoops. Yes. And we're going to take all of those. That's supposed to be like Area 51 music. And we're going to place all of those on the beach for now until we work out what we're going to do with all of these. But it has started. It has started. I am absolutely loving this tram/train hub that we've created today, and great to see it so well used. The main island tram that goes down to our previous builds has got about 500 passengers a week on it, and the inland line to Hawthorne Bluff, the Rays Park build from last week, has got around 100, with the train line bringing in about 50 or so, and all of this use will increase as time goes on, I am sure. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be great. Subscribe as well so you don't miss the next one, and as always, a massive thank you to all of the supporters on Patreon. You can see their names on screen now, and there's a link below. You can have a look for free. You can sign up for free, see what's going on. We've just started a brand new series of Timberborn hard mode with the Iron Teeth. I think episode 3 will be out this week, or episode 2's just gone out, 3 next week. So there's some information for you too. So thank you for all of your support. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you all very soon for some more Teasmania.